Kyle, thanks for joining us at the Damage Prevention Solutions booth. How's the show been going for you so far?
Show's been great. Meeting a lot of good friends, learning a lot about the industry. I've been out of it for about 2 years, so it's nice to be back and just see all the changes that's been going on. So it's been really great so far.
Well, I have to give CenterPoint a plug. The torch at the breakfast this morning was really cool. And
It was, it was a surprise as well,
really?
Quite frankly. Yeah, because, I think we found out about it last week that we had an opportunity to do something different. So when we heard we had the opportunity to do the torch, you couldn't pass it up. So
you jump on that one.
Yeah, we did. And the team did a fantastic job. I got to give kudos to, Tracy Bryant, our public awareness manager, CGA, for creating the environment for us to do that. So it was a really special moment. Glad our team could participate in it.
Awesome. Well, before we get into the conversation, do you mind just introducing yourself, name, role, and CenterPoint? Tell us a little bit more on CenterPoint Energy.
So Kyle Coggins, of course. I'm currently the Director of Damage Prevention, Public Awareness. I oversee those programs, but based out of Houston, oversee Houston, Minnesota, Indiana, and Ohio. We've got two functions. We have the damage prevention line locate activity. So, a bunch of coordinators, they go out in the field, do field engagement, interdictions. We've got planning in our state. Our managers oversee the line locates, our locate vendors, some of our other damage prevention partners, and really just drive a reduction of damages. So education, outreach, and then just performance. And then obviously our public awareness, just educating our community on how to excavate, calling 811 and making sure that, we are doing what we're supposed to be doing as an organization. So that's kind of what we do, how our organization functions. We oversee about 2.2 million locates across the organization, and lots of excavation activities going on. You've got all the fiber, the growth in Houston and our larger metropolitan areas. So we've got a lot on our plate.
Yeah, I was going to say,
it's a pretty small team, but we do a very good job. I'm proud of the team for doing such a great job. And, it's very interesting because over the last several years, we have reduced damage after damage. We have been successful. Last year, I believe we reduced almost 800 one-call damages off the system. And that's just a direct result of the team being focused and really driving results, and very proud of them. So yeah, we've been busy.
Yeah, I was going to say
busy team.
Well, the theme of our booth is preventing damages by design.
Yep.
It's just bridging that gap between engineering and damage prevention, the teams, and bringing everybody closer together.
Yep.
And I just kind of wanted to explore what that means to you and CenterPoint, and where you kind of are in that journey with design and damage prevention.
Yeah, I think that is probably the most fundamentally important part of a damage prevention program. I remember when I was the manager in Texas, I still reference a slide deck that I put together years ago, and I actually dusted it off when I got into this role a few months back. But the slide was engineering damage prevention, and if you can get that right from the beginning, you solve all the issues that you're eventually going to deal with, right? So, I think of a simple thing as caution tape, or the appropriate caution tape, or, how are we designing our line markers? Where should we be putting those up? And, I think if you look at those things and you call out specific details that are damage prevention focused on these designs, from an engineering side, the excavators, our contractors, they execute. They've installed a preventative damage prevention program, and I really think that is likely one of the things we, as an industry, a damage prevention group, we miss that opportunity a lot. So I think it's extremely important, and probably the most important. If you get it right first, you save all the challenges down the road.
Right. And if companies like CenterPoint or other providers are looking to kind of get on that journey of bridging the gap between engineering and damage prevention, where do you suggest they start? What's a good starting point for that journey?
Well, it's very cliche, and I hate to be a cliche person, but I think it's true. And I'll just allude to my same conversation on the presentation.
Right.
Is you got to educate the engineering team on why that matters, and
why.
I think there's so much, and I'm not an engineer. I've never engineered any projects. But I can only imagine they've got permitting to have to go through. They have all of these designs, hey, do I go under the road, over the road, deconfliction? That's not one of the things that is thought about, right? Is, hey, are we designing the appropriate continuity points from a damage prevention line locate standpoint? Are we putting the right caution tape? Are we having, areas where we can continue the prevention efforts. I don't think that is an initial thought from an engineering folks. Not that that's by design or their purpose. So educating them, getting out in front early, letting them know, hey, this is what we recommend as an industry to reduce these damages, goes a long way. And we've been successful. We've done some of that, in our organization. As of just, several months ago, implemented caution tape as a standard, right? Hey, we are going to do that. Starting to design more of these line markers, those are important because we had the conversation with the appropriate folks and the buy-in.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
I think this is great. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy
That's
the
it.
rest of the conference.
Awesome. Thanks. Man, that was good.
Yeah.
I could have kept going forever.